There has been an attempt to portray the government's position on the labor legislation as all about one individual. It is not. Safeguarding the rights of working men and women is our common cause. And in this, we have worked for decades with our partners in labor, Bermuda's unions. Today's events show that the historic relationship is strained, not because we no longer share common goals, but because we disagree on a single provision in the law. This is not or should be personal. Unfortunately, this policy disagreement has been personalized. The unprecedented resolution of the BLU's General Counsel was targeted at the Premier and the Minister of Labor, and it was simply wrong. Minister Hayward will speak to other specifics related to this area, but I wish to make it clear that his leadership on this issue has been defined by creating a framework of union strength that will enhance the protections for labor in Bermuda. As I indicated in my comments last evening, this is an extremely disappointing and challenging time. My colleagues and I are working hard every day to drive the economic recovery Bermuda desperately needs and wants. The principle on which we stand is the right one. We will not commit to any course that takes us away from protecting the rights of Bermuda's workers. And so I must say again, the law will not be amended, and we will stand firm in our position. Thank you.
Good morning to members of the media and the listening public. The process of amending the labor legislation began with ensuring we put laws in place to support the rights of workers. This action to create maximum disruption in order to force compliance from the government is unlawful and designed to negatively impact the people of Bermuda. Such tactics should never be used to promote a position aimed at stripping away rights from workers. The government acknowledges that there is a fear from unions that some employers will try to manipulate the process of cancellation of certification for their benefit. The government will make every effort to ensure that employers' intervention in the process is limited and will nullify the process if an employer has had any involvement. The government will not be amending the law as it pertains to who gets to participate in a government-administered decertification ballot. The government's position has been made clear. Any worker who has regular contributions deducted from their pay should have the right to vote in a ballot whether they are a union member or not. It bears repeating that only current members of the union or former members of the union can comprise the 35% of the workforce that can actually initiate a decertification ballot. This is a protection for the union. Contrary to what has been articulated, the government has met with the BIU on several occasions since the legislation was debated and approved by the legislature in the House of Assembly in December. Up until the BIU's most recent set of press conferences, there has been no communication or collaboration or compromise in the BIU's position. As a former leader of a trade union, I have and will always continue to support the principles of unionism and the promotion of workers' rights. That position is clearly demonstrated by the work that has been done by the Ministry of Labor since I assumed office as minister. Any notion that the government no longer supports labor or the workers of this country lacks merit. However, the approach to industrial relations needs to shift. A concerted effort is required to change the current culture of operating. It will not be easy. However, a shift in paradigm is critical for us to get the country back on a sustainable recovery path. As it pertains to my position as Minister of Labor, I have no intention to resign. There is plenty of work to be done, and I am committed to working on behalf of the people of Bermuda. I thank all those in the public who have sent me messages of support and words of encouragement. Thank you.
Concludes this morning's press briefing.